Our 2022 Tiffin Midas 24RT came with a single Go Power 200 watt glass solar panel and a Go Power 30 amp solar controller. And this was connected directly to the two lead acid batteries provided with the motor coach using 10 gauge wire. Now, I wanted to add more 12 volt capacity to my motorhome, so I decided this is going to be in two stages. The first stage, presented in this video, is to increase the solar charging capability, and the second stage at a later date would be to increase battery capacity, most likely going to lithium batteries. The coach did come with two batteries. They're lead acid though, deep cycle. They each have a 95 amp hour capacity, but obviously you only discharge those to half of that capacity. So that's only 95 amp hours existing. So let's move on to the solar panel upgrade. Our camping lifestyle is such that we typically do not camp unless we've got a 120 volt electrical hookup. We need that primarily for air conditioning. But there are occasions, such as camping out west where it's colder, where we can go unconnected from power and are completely dependent upon batteries for several days with minimal generator or engine operation to charge the batteries. So my project goal here was to find an easy and cost-effective way to add solar charging capacity. The cost of this project, including panels, hardware, cables, and adhesives, but not including the portable panel that you'll see, was around $500. Now, my self-imposed design constraints for this stage of the project were as follows. 1, keep it simple by building off the existing infrastructure that came with the motor coach. 2, use flexible panels because they can be attached to the roof without drilling holes due to their light weight. 3, minimize roof clutter so that periodic roof inspections are not hindered. And 4, minimize cable runs for cost and for a clean installation. So, the first part of this solar panel project was to add an external connection to the batteries for connecting a portable panel. This portable panel would have its own controller. That way, if I'm camped under some trees, I can position my portable panel into the sunlight, and this connection that I added is directly wired to the positive and negative battery terminals with 10 gauge wire and a 15 amp inline fuse. So let's move on to adding solar panels to the roof. Now, a big challenge here was finding panels that would fit on the roof's available real estate, giving my self-imposed design restraints and all the penetrations on the roof from vents and air conditioners that are in the way. Well, I researched multiple high reputation brands and ended up selecting 2 flexible panels that would fit on the roof. And these had approximately, I'll talk about that in a minute, the same maximum power voltage. So these panels were a Renogy 175 watt and a Renogy 100 watt panel purchased directly from the manufacturer. Now, even though the panels had similar maximum power voltages, this is between the Renogy, 2 Renogys and the Go Power one, they unfortunately were different. Now, when you do this really results in a derating of the panels to the one with the lowest maximum power voltage. So, when I connect all these 3 together, even though the nameplates add up to 475 watts, because they have to use the lowest maximum power voltage, it's really only about 450 watts. And again, hey, this was my decision to sacrifice some efficiency in order to stay with my design restraints and add as much solar as I could. So I mounted the new panels on aluminum channels. Other YouTubers have done this to allow airflow underneath them. And I attached the channels to the roof using eternabond tape and roof sealant. I used stainless steel hardware to attach the solar panels to the aluminum channels. Now, I'm sure that others would have done this project differently. More panels, different controllers, thicker wires. But I'm happy with the performance and appearance of my end result, and the small amount of additional solar charging capacity that I added meets all of my needs. I have a Renogy MPPT solar controller that I never used on my previous RV, so I might consider installing that on this Tiffin. Problem is it's really big, so I may have to put it in the storage compartment with the inverter. So that'll be one of my next projects.